Got another Tequila Sunset game versus Bahrain. Lizardmen mirror. Nakai and a Saurus Oldblood. Well, actually, that's a Saurus Scar Veteran, isn't it? Versus a Saurus Oldblood. A little bit of betrayal in the winds. So what do we have? For Lizard Army 1, Cold One Riders, Cold One Spear Riders, the Amazon Barbs, Razordon Hunting Pack with, honestly, I just think they have slightly better stats. I don't think they have anything crazy special. Then Skin Courts with Javelins, Court of Sotek, 2 Saurus Spears, Nakai the Wanderer with his Rampage and Leadership debuff, Solar Engine with Stildon, Saurus Scar Veteran with his -8 Leadership aura from the Plaque of Dominion, and a Beastcaster with Flock of Doom. On the other side, it's a little more elite of a force, double horned one following a Saurus Oldblood on Carnosaur. Brought the Horn of Kygor and Stand Your Ground for a little bit extra stats for his horned ones. Then we have a Skink Priest with Wind Blast and Harmonic Convergence up in the sky to keep him safe. 4 Skink Skirmishers, an Arc of Sotek with 4 Saurus Warriors, and a Feral Goblin in the distance. Hyper Elite Cav with a bit of a Goon Squad versus more spread out Cav and more single entities. See how the horned ones do? Currently they are setting up on the flank. Led by that Saurus Oldblood, croaking and stuff. What's going on with his neck? Does he have like a neck sack? Or is that like a fin? Ew. Ew. Look at all that neck. Ew. Ugh. I don't like that. In we go. Horneds get debuffed by the Solar Engine. The Cold and Spear Riders try and disengage from this 2v1 while buffed up by the Saurus Oldblood. They let the other Cold One Riders charge in. Now we take a big engagement, but still, the Horn of Kygor and Stand Your Ground give these guys 69, 55 for melee stats. That is pretty brutal. And they are going to churn through these Cold One Riders quite easily. Stats not going to be able to hold up to that at all. But what else can the green team do in the meantime? Looks like Nakai is going to hunt the Arc of Sotek with his Saurus Oldblood friends. They've already taken out half that thing's HP. Some of the Saurus Warriors have taken some serious damage too. Skinks are falling apart, but really it is all about what these horned ones can do for you. Half HP gone from one, the other one's barely damaged, but they took out 2 Cold One Riders in the meantime. And some Saurus Warriors from Red got all the way onto the back line already, chasing down the Amazon Barbs. Do retreat, but that just buys them time. The red team time to not be shot by the Amazon Barbs. Then a Saurus Oldblood comes charging in, as Carnosaur runs them down. Not a good start for green. Nakai's Plaque of Dominion. Actually, no, that's from the Saurus Scar Veteran. So I think he's trying to combo it with Nakai's Leadership debuff, and they get -16 in an aura. Cold and Spear Riders trying to run down a bunch of Skink Skirmishers and get a little bit of value back while the Amazon Barbs continue to try and kite away. Horned ones are still on the chase, as other Horned ones in the distance are running down the Cold and Spear Riders, but these guys have taken a lot of damage from, looks like, the Skink Javelins. So both the Horned ones are below half HP, and there is no healing for them in this build. The Arc of Sotek is gone, which means all the free infantry clearing for the red team is gone as well. But there's really not that many infantry left for the green team already. The Court of Sotek are dead. Saurus Warriors are both half HP. It's not like you need the Arc of Sotek to win this game. The green team is very far behind on the bounce power. Still have our Solar Engine. Still have our old pal. Lining up a shot onto the horned ones. Do have a Flock of Doomcaster. Saurus Scar Veteran is already below half HP before getting in a duel with the Oldblood. That is going to be problematic as he dives in. Nakai pops his buff. Plus 40 melee attack while this guy is sitting in spears in between 2 large single entities. This is a big whoopsie, and he's going to take a lot of damage for his mistakes. The horned ones are not going to help him out, so he is just left all on his own to get completely blasted by Nakai. Horn of Kygor and Stand Your Ground are popped, giving him impressive melee stats, but I mean, these Saurus Spears have 70 melee attack too, so they're going to hit you every single time. And he hopped in here with nearly full HP. He is now down to about a third and falling. Skink Skirmishers hiding behind horned ones, still trying to get some value out, but Nakai and the Saurus Oldblood push away. Gotta keep doing that because there's a Saurus Scar Veteran and a Saurus Oldblood. Saurus Oldblood is pushed away by the Scar Veteran and Nakai. Looks like the Saurus Oldblood has similar speed, so he actually might need to stay on the chase with the Oldblood. Otherwise, that guy will come back. Horned ones are trying to come down and help out a little bit. Green is back on the balance of power. Doing okay. Saurus Scar Veteran is caught up to this guy using charge bonus. And he's going to stay on him, try and walk him off the map while the horned ones try and ride past Nakai, but he gets a charge animation off of them to keep himself in the race. And a solar engine shot makes them further question their motives here as Nakai thinks about wandering away from this battle. Saurus Scar Veteran is isolated, completely surrounded. Harmonic Convergence casting these guys is pretty huge. 75 melee attack, chomping down the Saurus Scar Veteran quite easily as Nakai loses the plot briefly and starts to come back now. Ooh, the Skink Priest of Beasts is gone. That was a lot of your guaranteed Flock of Dooms that would use to clear out Skinks and Saurus in the late game. Kai comes dancing in, another rear charge, takes out a couple Horned Ones models, and there's the Miasma of Despair, plus the rear charge leadership debuffs do get them terror routing. Cold-Blooded is a little late. It will allow them to rally after the terror route. I doubt they'll turn to a natural route with that plus 16, but it still could have come a little earlier. The Saurus Scar Veteran is going to fight to the death versus the T-Rex, but to the death it is. Immediately knocked off his little Cold One mount. Pushed away, but Nakai gets a good charge onto the Saurus Oldblood with the Horned Ones coming back in. Only 8 models for them. Nakai's full HP gets a little bit of a charge animation, but the Saurus Oldblood is too fast. Runs away. Harmonic Convergence plus Standard Ground plus Horn of Kaigor gives him 108 and 92 for melee stats. That is a lot. They will all start to wear off soon. I don't know if he wants to re-engage Nakai without those buffs. Probably wants to get some distance. Red is back ahead on the balance of power. Skink Priest of Beast was not able to be chased off, though, so he is back. Though he overcasts Flock of Doom over here, and that does enough damage to him to actually push him off again. At 78 HP, I doubt he comes back, so kind of killed himself with that one, but maybe he was just worried the Saurus Oldblood or the Skink Priest of Heavens were fast enough to go catch him since he is on foot. Maybe he just wanted one last good spell rather than one mediocre spell, then get run down anyways. Nakai is back on the hunt. Nakai is really the last hope here for the Greens. They have a solar engine with 5 shots left, but sitting in Saurus Spears, and of course the Saurus Oldblood can duel it pretty well if left to his own devices, so it is up to Nakai to make the difference. Horned Ones are back. 3 models run up to Nakai, and they're down to 1 model, and they're down to none. Cool story, bro. And I keep expecting the Saurus Oldblood to turn towards Nakai and fire the Hand of the Gods, but that's just Krokgar. But I'm not used to seeing a Saurus Oldblood on Carnosaur. Also, I saw that solar engine. I saw you miss that shot. T-Rex dives in. It's going to get a good hit onto the solar engine as Nakai still tries to get over here, tries to offer a little bit of support. And that stagger animation is really going to hurt the Saurus Oldblood. It looks like he is maybe trying to run now. Nakai has started charging. 1800 HP. Miasma of Despair slows him down. Nakai tries to get in range. Does get a big hit off, already down to 1500 HP. Still running for it. Cold-Blooded and Standard Ground and Horn of Kaigor all give leadership bonuses. That is a lot of leadership bonuses. What is that? 24. That is 40 leadership buffed. Damn. Epistildon still just grinding through with it. Nakai can't quite catch that Saurus Oldblood, man. He's trying. Trying his ass off. He's just constantly dancing. Holy shit, he actually is just constantly dancing. How long are you gonna do that one animation? Don't do it again. Don't you dare do it again as he runs after the Saurus Oldblood. Not a lot of stuff can peel him. These Skink Skirmishers are kind of trying by shooting him the whole time. Saurus Spears are getting ready to do something while the Arc of... That is not an Arc of Sotek. The Arc of Sotek died earlier. That is a Solar Engine. Solar Engine still has 2 shots it's trying to do anything with, but it's busy just fighting off all these Saurus. Anti-infantry, armor piercing, still pretty good. Nakai is in, has his -8 leadership debuff. Whenever it is off cooldown, could start triggering some terror routes out of these guys. There one goes, another one's a natural route. That Saurus Oldblood doesn't want to get near Nakai, but it might need to at some point. I mean, there's not a lot left as far as damage goes. Skinks have 2 shots left, 3 shots over here. Solar Engine's down to 1500 HP. It does have Perfect Vigor because of its little aura. And Nakai also has Perfect Vigor. I think that's due to the golden tributes. Yeah, it is. So both of these guys are going to have Perfect Vigor for the whole game. They're never getting tired. Lizardmen for the red side all route, and the Saurus Oldblood, even with all of his buffs pops, managed to get caught by Nakai, so then he takes that charging rear attack, meaning he actually gets hit even though he has crazy high melee defense. Harmonic Convergence gives him even more stats, and at this point, he takes another charge attack from Nakai. Nakai's charge is really hard to miss, and Nakai hits him again. My god. Harmonic Convergence and Stand Your Ground couldn't save him at all. Nakai just whoops his ass. That's weird. Nakai only has 60 melee attack. I know he's charging and stuff, but still, that was wild. He hit like literally every shot on that guy. And now, without their Lord, plus Nakai being spooky and charging straight through them, these guys are starting to route, terror route, or otherwise. It's going to be a bit of a chain reaction as everybody's going to start routing. The bounce power is going to get worse and worse. We still have a nearly full health Skink Priest of Heavens in this guy, but that is such an insignificant amount of bounce power that as soon as he lands, I mean, Nakai will hit him probably twice to cause army losses. Probably. So everybody for the red team is routing except for that Skink, so Skink has to come down eventually. He just gets shot in the air. -4 leadership. Wow. Okay. A hero Skink routed at that high of HP. Not used to that. Nakai solo carried. 2,100 value does not show the full extent of how badass he was. Solar Engine also did a lot of work. Nothing else really did that great. Saurus did fine, I suppose. Beast Catch did okay. For Ball Raid, oof, the Saurus Oldblood did not get a lot of value. I know he was casting a lot of support, but damn. To be fair, he was getting rear charged by Nakai a lot, didn't turn and fight much. Horned ones did okay. I mean, they're 1,400 gold, so that's a little rough. Arc of Sotek just got sniped out by Nakai and a Saurus Scar Veteran. There wasn't too much I could do about that. GG, Lizard Mirror. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.